Humanity has successfully mapped the infinite stretches of our solar system. We have engineered machines capable of surviving the vacuum of space to touch down on the frozen plains of Mars. Since the first metal spheres began orbiting the planet, we've developed the mastery to witness events globally in the blink of an eye. Our technical achievements are visible in every corner of the sky. Despite this immense outward brilliance, the internal reality for most of us remains a state of chronic survival stress. Our daily consciousness is trapped in a narrow loop of bank balances and insurance premiums and relentless mental pressure. Outside of our cities, nature operates without these formalities. A tree or a wild animal possesses no degrees and maintains no savings account, yet it thrives in quiet coordination with its environment, existing without the burden of constant anxiety. We are the only species with the intelligence to reach the stars, yet we are also the only species that spends its life in a self-imposed state of mental emergency. This tension suggests that our stress is a byproduct of a specific mental framework. We have trained ourselves to view the world through a lens of permanent deficiency, assuming that whatever we need is always in short supply. In the natural world, however, the concept of shortage is a foreign one. Everywhere we look, the natural world demonstrates a pattern of continuous expansion and effortless abundance, regardless of human measurement. We've adopted what could be called an accountant brain. We obsessively count, label, and hoard, driven by the fear that we must fight others to secure our own survival in a world of limited slices. Our modern survival fear functions like an optical illusion. It is a mental artifact created the moment we stop looking at the potential for growth and start focusing exclusively on the limits of what we can control. Consider how we approach a simple apple. Our logic tells us to slice it open, count the 5 or 10 seeds inside, and record that number as the final total. We believe that because we have measured it, we have understood it. This measurement misses the larger reality. One seed contains the blueprint for an infinite number of orchards. Over centuries, that single seed can produce a volume of fruit that defies our simple, linear math. Current global data shows we produce enough grain and food to feed a population much larger than our own. If the production is sufficient, the persistence of hunger points toward our tendency to hoard resources out of a fear of the future. This drive to stockpile results in a staggering waste paradox. Millions of tons of food rot in warehouses, while a massive portion of the population faces starvation. The resources are present. It is our focus on individual security that prevents them from moving. Solving these global crises requires a shift in perspective. We have to move past the ego's desire to control every outcome and align our distribution systems with nature's inherent rule of abundance. There is a powerful metaphor for this shift: a woman who has physically closed her eyes but possesses a wide-open third eye on her forehead. This represents vivek, or the capacity for deep discernment. It highlights the difference between knowledge, the act of accumulating facts, and true understanding, which is the ability to see how those facts affect the whole. Engineering knowledge provides the data needed to drop a concrete wall across a canyon, halting a massive river to create a reservoir. Discernment, however, looks downstream. It recognizes that while providing power, it simultaneously dehydrates the canyon floor and collapses the delicate ecosystem. Information without this deeper understanding becomes a tool for exploitation. It leads us to manipulate our environment for short-term gains, resulting in the ecological and social chaos we see today. Most of us spend our lives chasing the goal of settling down. We search for a permanent comfort zone where the need for growth or risk finally disappears. Nature warns us against this desire. When water stops moving and pools in a pit, it loses its purity. It attracts toxins and slowly becomes a breeding ground for disease. A mountain river remains crystal clear, specifically because it is in a state of constant friction. The collisions with rocks and the continuous movement are what keep the water oxygenated and life-giving. The universe lacks a pause button. In every biological system, a lack of forward momentum is synonymous with petering out. We are either actively evolving toward a new state, or we are passively decaying. Our current education systems often mirror the pit rather than the river. By prioritizing rote memorization and the pursuit of safety over actual discernment, we train children to become stagnant water before they even enter the world. There is a quiet horror in the idea of remaining mentally and spiritually static for decades, while the world around us continues its natural expansion. We are left with a final choice. We can remain in the swamp of scarcity and manufactured comfort, or we can embrace the river of growth and abundance. That third eye of understanding is our only way out of the loop. We must choose to flow, because nature will not make that transition for us.